Hello drinkers, and we're back. I'm trying to imagine I'm sitting in a beach bar or on a boat or something like that, or maybe just in my own garden at the end of a very hot day, you know, when it smells musky and Tennyson's wandering around and all that sort of thing. In an earlier episode, we were discussing the new gin, which I wanted to create, which is called Asian Parsnip, because it is based on the parsnip, which has an earthy, mundane, let's say very English flavour. We associate it with Sunday roast and so on. And this was going to be combined with the exciting spices that I associate with Asian food, because that would make it, well, more exciting. We made a few prototypes. They were not very good, but Hugh, who is the expert, has taken the basic idea away and refined it and narrowed it down to 5 different gins, which are represented here in these sample glasses. They're all related, that's fair to say, isn't it?
Yes.
They're all the same basic idea, but the proportions and the inclusions or what's the opposite of inclusion?
Exclusion.
Exclusion, thank you, of spices and botanicals and things mean that they're subtly different. We, by which I really mean I, am going to choose which one is best, and that will become Asian Parsnip Gin, and you will be able to buy this. It's very precious. There will be a link later on somewhere on the screen, and I will be doing this with my finger, and then the cameraman and the editor will choose which one of those actually points to the thing that you click on to allow you to go through and buy Asian Parsnip Gin.
As James said, parsnip is involved in all these gins. We're using different spices from Asia. We have the Holy Trinity within the gin, which is our juniper. We have our coriander, and we have angelica root, and then the mighty British parsnip.
They are denoted as red dot gin, orange dot gin, yellow dot gin, blue dot gin, and then because we ran out of colours, double dot gin.
Let's start with the red dot.
Okay, red dot is the first sample. So first I'm going to look at it to do this properly, and it is clear, as you'd expect of a gin. Sniff it,
Yep, so
bringing it slowly.
we can see whether it's pronounced, and when I say pronounced, are you actually smelling the botanicals?
I can already smell something right down there. Actually.
Fantastic, so then we'd say this is a pronounced gin.
No, I'm still getting quite a lot of lemon in that, but also spiciness. So okay,
So if you just take a small sample to start off with.
I'm getting lime. Is it the lime leaf?
Yes. What you're also experiencing in this one is long cubed pepper.
That because it does taste quite hot.
It's got this fiery heat, and it's got this eucalyptus flavour that works very well with the lime leaf.
It's slightly oily, but yet quite astringent. My initial impression of that one is I'm not getting that much parsnip, and it's quite medicinal, but I quite enjoy that. But it's maybe a little bit too limey or lemony. I'd like it to have the spirit of parsnip in the spirit. I don't know what that is, but you would know it. You will know it. You know, you will pick it up and you'll say, "Oh, yeah, parsnip." So I'm going to try number 2, which is orange dot.
So this is our orange dot.
That's actually quite different, and I have to get it closer to my nose.
Yes. It's a lot more delicate to the nose.
The smell of that makes me think of an old wooden pub table that's been in strong sunshine for a while.
Okay.
Does that mean anything, or that's the sort of thing Oz Clarke would say, isn't it? Just taste it. Well, that's completely different.
Yes.
I'm going to taste the third one. Very light. The fire in that one is further back in my mouth. That's in my throat. The first one, the fire was on my tongue.
Yeah.
This one is back there.
So there are a different group of spices that are in this one.
Is one of these a joker? Like not gin at all, it's just some water or vodka?
I would love to say yes, but
So that's what I would have done.
they're all true gins.
Okay, I'm going to move on to blue
Blue
dot.
dot. Now there's one botanical that will leap out to you straight away.
Well, but that one, I'm also getting parsnip in that one.
And again, one of the botanicals that leaps out is something you're very keen on.
Black cardamom.
The other one, green cardamom.
Green cardamom, is
Yeah.
it? Definitely cardamom though, because
Yeah.
it has that smoky sort
Yes.
of quality. Smoky but sparkly. None of these taste like standard conventional gins, I have to say, they're all interesting and intriguing. You wouldn't mistake this for a, British Airways, the one you get when you can't go to sleep. Is the galangal or one of those things in there?
Yes.
That does taste, that's, I know it's a broad term and it's probably cultural misappropriation, but that does have an Asian quality to it. And I know Asia is a very big place, and we're doing everything from sort of a heavy Indian curry to a very light Japanese thing with some Thai and everything else in between. But are you drinking these as well, or am I just...
No, I am.
Right.
Absolutely. So double dot
Double dot.
is our final
Yeah.
one.
Star anise.
Yes.
Yes. It's interesting because I mean, I know this from my rather feeble attempts at cooking, but in quite a big pot of curry, one little star will change the flavour quite drastically. It's one seed, actually.
And there was a tiny bit put into this, and it's amazing how it's
definitely
dominant,
there, isn't it?
a dominant botanical.
I think before you do this, you should wash your hands more thoroughly than I did, because that finger still smells of toast, which is what I was eating before I... So I'm going to do it with that hand. That's my toast hand. Wow. I wouldn't even be sure that that was gin if you gave that. It's almost like ouzo, isn't it?
And I'd agree. The star anise, and not a lot was used, has dominated this particular gin.
At the moment, I think it's between those two. So that's the red one and the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say with Double Dot getting an honorary mention for being a bit radical. Can you say what's actually in these?
Within the red dot, we are using black cardamom, and in blue dot, we're using green cardamom. In the red dot, we also have lime leaf, but in the blue dot, instead, we're using the two different types of cubeb pepper.
That's interesting because, red has the black cardamom, or brown
Yes.
cardamom as it's sometimes known, which is the one I like in cooking because
For
it
the
has
smokiness.
the smokiness. But the thing about green cardamom, which is actually a totally different spice in my view, is it has a slight sort of almost fizzy quality to it,
Yes.
which works with drinks. I'm going to decide this time. This is red, this is blue. One of these will be scratched out of history, like that photograph of Trotsky, wasn't it? It was Trotsky was scratched out, yes. The other one will have statues built to it. I can't make my bloody mind up.
If I just put in a
Yes.
small bit of tonic to each, because this will actually open it up.
I mean, that's the
Yeah,
smallest
but I
gin
don't,
and
I don't
tonic.
want to dilute it too much, because if it gets diluted too much, then
a
you'll
really
lose.
tiny ice cube. Just one more sip to decide which of these is basically Lady Diana Spencer. I'm going for blue. Is that the right choice? You don't have to be polite or diplomatic. Would you have gone for red?
I think they're both fantastic, but I think blue outshines the others. It's a
Genuinely?
good choice, yes.
Fantastic. We have a winner. We have Asian parsnip. The thing that's interesting about this, that's exciting about this, is that it does taste like gin, but it really isn't conventional. I think, if you do me the honour of buying some Asian parsnip gin, you will taste this and think, actually, that is something a bit different. Then after 3 or 4 glasses, obviously you won't give a shit. So when we started this little bit of filming, we didn't know. It's a bit like when all the Apollo astronauts were in the room. They didn't know which one of them was going to be the first on the moon, but they knew that one of them would be. Same was true of this. 5 little shot glasses with experimental gins in, and one of them would rise to become Asian parsnip. If you're interested in owning some Asian parsnip, which is what they sort of say about films and things, own it now by clicking this link, edit as appropriate, which will take you through to our gin sales page. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.